Hello, it is Monday, November 3rd, 2025, and you know what that means? It means we're just over 2 weeks out from the Mining Disrupt Expo number 2, this time happening right centrally located in the United States of America, Central South, in Texas, the home of Bitcoin mining. This is the one to get to. If you've been waiting this long to get your tickets, well, we're getting real close. You want to get those locked in as soon as possible. Right here, scan that QR code. I always got to find it. It's right there in front of the cowboy hat. Follow the link down below. Whatever your preferred method of getting your tickets is, that's fine. Get them locked in though, because this is going to be a big one. We are amping up. We are heading into one of the largest seasons for Bitcoin that we could possibly imagine. I've got some things to go over and we're going to be talking about it, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, things are a-changing in the financial world, let me tell you what. As always, this is where you come for financial education, not advice, financial education and entertainment. You're going to have to go elsewhere to the professionals, wherever it is that you go, talk to the people that have their degrees and whatnot, or as I say week after week after week, you could do your own research, do your own due diligence, learn about Bitcoin on your own, because that's the best way that you're going to learn. The price right now is $109,000, just over that. But that's not really what's terribly important on this page. Right now, the fees are just a skosh higher. Do you know why that is? That's because we've got just under 100,000 blocks in the mempool. That space is in demand, which tells me things are moving along, things are happening. We are still in the mid 20,000 nodes online right now. Remember, I don't know, not even 6 months ago, back when we were talking about the previous Mining Disrupt Expo that happened in Fort Lauderdale, we were looking at 19,000 nodes. Interesting that we are up 6,000 nodes from back in those days. That is a really healthy thing. I love to see that number continually go up. Now, last week, my whole narrative was talking about small victories. We are in a war. We are in the Fiat war. We are in the trenches. Boy, if you want to learn about some of the most harrowing warfare that has ever existed, listen to some stuff that talks about World War I combat. That is where we are when it comes to Fiat. That's why I look for things like this right here. This one is from Top Dog Longing. And this is the kind of stuff that I really pay attention to. Here's CZ posting, first time watching UFC live. Awesome experience. Thanks, Dana White. Now, before I go over TL's post here, do you remember one other massively influential figure in the tech space that was kind of weird and people were constantly comparing to a lizard, and then he started going to the UFC, he started training jiu-jitsu, he grew his hair out a little bit, he started wearing chains, he started going to somebody that actually knew how to dress him, and he's actually kind of cool now? Of all the people in the world, did you expect this to happen right here? I mean, this was Zuck, the derpy guy, and then he got some testosterone, he started eating some meat, he started hanging out with UFC fighters, and he's a whole new dude. Well, check this out. This literally means CZ is accepted into Trump's inner circle, the same one that made Zuck based and switch up his whole personality. Binance will IPO and is coming for the US markets. Get ready to learn Chinese. Well, I don't think I'm going to be learning Chinese anytime soon. It's too many characters, it's too confusing. My voice can't do the things that you need to do for Chinese. But this is another small victory. This might even be a medium to large size victory. Things like this point to a particular direction, and you've got to have the eyes to see it. Now, this is some of the coolest mining news that I have encountered in months. This is absolutely fantastic to see. Here's Umbral saying, the solo miner who hit the jackpot came back with the receipts. It was one of his 6 Nerd Q Axe pluses connected to an Umbral running public pool plus Bitcoin node that found the block. Some people watched the revolution, others plug it in. Absolutely amazing. Here it is, his solo miner finding that block. Absolute legend, amazing. I mean, I can't even imagine what that would feel like. Just you walk home and you see that on your little screen there. Absolutely incredible. I've been in Bitcoin for a long enough to know that, yeah, it do feel like this sometimes. Like you're like your Ben Affleck just taking a few hits off the old heater. But hey, it's part of the deal. It's kind of what you signed up for. Let's talk about AI for a little bit, because there's all this talk and that Neo robot's coming out. There's all this talk about how AI is going to take everyone's jobs. I'm here to tell you, no, No, it won't. At least not in the time frames that people are talking about. It's not happening. And Elon, I don't think we're going to be watching AI movies in the theaters next year. I really, really, really don't think so. All right, so first example. The other day, I was looking to sell some stuff on eBay, and I didn't know if you needed PayPal or not. Hey, Gemini, do PayPal and Venmo talk to each other? Yes, they do. As of November, they have fully integrated and talked to each other. And I go, well, it's not November yet. I mean, it is now, but when I was talking to it, it's still October. It's like, oh, you're right, it's not. Let me double check that. Oh, it's actually been in place since 2024. I go, one Google search, Yahoo Finance. Hey, Venmo and PayPal users, integration is finally coming this November 2025. You failed. You failed, Gemini. You completely failed. All you had to do was do a Google search, which you are Google, and you couldn't even do that. So AI, no, is not coming to take your jobs. Another one. Part of what my day job is making screens. I build screens from scratch. I take them, well, I'm not from scratch. I don't go out and smelt the metal. I get the metal, I put it together, cut the pieces, put the screen in, whatever. I know how to make screens. I've made hundreds, if not thousands of them. Sometimes I've got to deal with fractions, and sometimes I just don't feel like thinking and getting out the tape measure, which I end up having to do anyways, because every time I've asked either Grok or Gemini, it cannot do fractions. I'll ask it something like, what's 27.5 inches minus an inch and 3/8? And it gives me numbers that are so utterly bafflingly wrong, like a foot wrong. I'm not kidding. I wish I was kidding. If AI can't get fractions right, and it can't even, and Gemini, which is Google, can't even do a simple Google search, I'm sorry, but no, AI is not taking our jobs. Also, when you've got this, here it is, the plan. At dusk, 50 people went to San Francisco's longest dead-end street and all ordered a Waymo at the same time. The world's first Waymo DDoS. They don't even have a system in place to prevent some nonsense like this happening. You're telling me, you're convinced, you VCs out there, that AI is going to take all of our jobs by tomorrow? No. No. This one jumped out to me because I think it is true of, well, basically everything. I've touched on this before, but this one here is from Swiss Hodler, and he says, every Bitcoiner I know, every person who gets Bitcoin has the same story. I thought I understood it. Then I went deeper. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Everything else seems to be broken. You're not going crazy. You're going sane in an insane world. Yeah, that is very, very true. And this is the whole thing about I thought I understood it, then I went deeper. I don't know about that. Can't stop thinking about it. I've talked about this. This is true of basically everything. The amount of design and thinking that goes into everything that exists in the world, even if it's kind of clunky, is more than you can really wrap your head around. It's insane. It is truly insane. And when you are looking at money, which connects to, I mean, honestly, basically everything, it's about as deep of a rabbit hole as you can possibly go down. So earlier this year, there were a couple of states that got on this map talking about Bitcoin legislation of some sort. And I made the prediction that by the end of this year, 2025, that we would have more than half the states on that map with some kind of Bitcoin legislation. I did not expect that we would have all but 5. There are only 5 states on here that do not have some kind of Bitcoin legislation. That is absolutely insane. And this is why I am so tired of people bashing this little victory over there. Oh, it's not big enough. The president of the world didn't announce that all currencies and all other monies are all collapsing into Bitcoin tomorrow at noon. And everything else is worthless and everything's been repriced and Bitcoin is the only thing and it's a global law. And like, do you want that? Do you want a complete, so authoritarian government that it is some sort of world collective that just unilaterally says that Bitcoin is the only thing? Boy, that wouldn't be good either. That would not. Since when has every government in the world agreed on something? No. The way that Bitcoin wins is by winning victory after victory after victory. Small victories. Slow and steady, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the old story about the tortoise and the hare? We want to be that turtle. I like turtles. You should like turtles too. I'll see you in Dallas in about 2 weeks, and I'll see you right here every Monday. Talk soon.